Welcome to this step-by-step ASP.NET Core tutorial for beginners. Whether you are brand new to web development or just getting started with the .NET Core, you are in the right place. In this video, we will guide you from the basics to building your first ASP.NET Core application with complete clarity. Here is what we will cover in this video. We will start by understanding what ASP.NET Core is and why it is so powerful for modern development. Then we will set up your development environment and walk through building your first project step by step. Before we begin, make sure you have the tools ready. You will need Visual Studio or VS Code, the latest .NET SDK installed, and a browser to test your app. Don't worry, I will guide you through each step even if you are not familiar with all these tools. So, why should you learn ASP.NET Core? It is fast, secure, cross-platform and backed by Microsoft. That means you are learning a future-proof framework used by companies all over the world for building scalable and secure web applications. Now that you are set up and ready, let us dive into the practical part. We will create a new project, understand the folder structure, and then build and run your very first ASP.NET Core web application. Welcome to this comprehensive video tutorial on scaffolding CRUD operations using Entity Framework Core in ASP.NET Core MVC. In this video, you will learn how to use built-in scaffolding tools to automatically generate controllers and views for your data model. We will also explore how this saves time by eliminating repetitive code. Whether you are a beginner or brushing up on your skills, this step-by-step tutorial will walk you through everything you need to know. Before we begin scaffolding, make sure your ASP.NET Core MVC project is set up properly. You should have Entity Framework Core installed and configured, a model class like product and a DB context class named AppDB context. We will use SQL Server for this demo, but you can also use SQLite or another supported provider. Let us start by creating our model class. In the model folder, add a new class called product. This class represents the data structure we will perform CRUD operations on. It contains properties like ID, name, price, and stock. Next, create your database context class AppDB context. This class inherits from DB context and exposes a DB set product to let Entity Framework know that we want to create a table for the product model. Don't forget to register this context in your startup.cs or program.cs using dependency injection. Open your program.cs file and register the appdb context using the addDB context method. This tells ASP.NET Core to inject this context wherever it is needed. Make sure your connection string is properly set in appsettings.json. Now, choose the product model and appdb context for your data context. You can also specify the controller name such as products controller. The tool will generate the controller and all views like create.cshtml, edit.cshtml, details.cshtml, index.cshtml and delete.cshtml. In the dialog, select MVC controller with views using entity framework. This template automatically generates the controller and the associated razor views for create, read, update and delete operations. This is a huge productivity boost, especially for admin panels or simple CRUD interfaces. Now, choose the product model and appdb context for your data context. You can also specify the controller name such as products controller. The tool will generate the controller and all views like create.cshtml, edit.cshtml, details.cshtml, index.cshtml and delete.cshtml. After scaffolding, you will see a new controller named productscontroller.cs. In your controllers folder, additionally, a folder named products will appear under the views directory containing the 5 razor views. These views use tag helpers and model binding for seamless integration. Now run the application. In your browser, navigate to /products. You will see a fully functional UI that lets you list, create, edit and delete products. All of this was generated automatically through scaffolding and you don't have to write any controller or view code manually. Let us take a quick look at the controller code. Each action method is already set up with the data retrieval and validation. You will also see HTTP post and validate anti-forgery token attributes for safe form submissions. The controller uses the injected appdb context to perform database operations. Even though the views are automatically generated, you can customize them freely. For example, add bootstrap classes to improve the look and feel or update the labels to be more user friendly. You can also change input types or add client side validation. To make your products page easily accessible, add a link to the navigation bar in your underscore layout CSHTML file. Use the ASP controller and ASP action tag helpers to generate the correct URL. Let us summarize what we covered. You learned how to scaffold a fully functional controller and views using Entity Framework Core. We walked through the model and DB context setup, scaffolded the UI, and ran the application. We also reviewed how to customize your views and layouts for a better user experience. Now that everything is in place, it is time to scaffold the controller and views. In Solution Explorer, right-click the Controllers folder, choose Add, and then click on New Scaffolded Item. This opens a dialog that lets you choose from several scaffolding templates.